So, welcome to episode 28 of GLW Perimeter. This episode, we were calling it the end of spring season 2021, since summer starting next week. As always, I'm Lionel to my left.
I'm Weekly's Death.
I'm Ghostblade.
And we hope that you guys are having a good week and good day, since it is Saturday for a lot of people. I wish I knew that feeling.
Yeah, no.
Quick news. Besides, we finally got the list of the summer 2021 list that we'll do a little bit after some of the short news. EA announced about Dead Space being back in the works as potentially back in the works as continuation of the story, and also remaking and remastering the originals back for the new current gen with new graphics and everything. Comic-wise, for everyone that reads comics, Miles Morales is becoming the new Captain America.
Oh, so that's legit?
Yes.
It wasn't just like a fan design crap.
No, there was a full-out article from Marvel about it.
But it's on the actual comic.
Yes, it's going to be an actual comic.
Oh, okay. I saw the fan. I thought it was just a random fan design.
No, it's a legit thing from Marvel. When it's starting, I don't know, because it wasn't in the article. They were just kind of saying how Miles Morales is going to get the new mantle of Captain America. He's going to have a new suit, the shield, the whole 9 yards.
A spider Captain America.
And then the other news I had was that Mila Jovovich, the lady that played in Resident Evil, she announced to everybody that she's willing to come back for new work of Resident Evil. Anything that basically is going to be live action, she's the one to come back. But I don't know how that would work unless she's just going to kind of be there as a random character, since a lot of people that are wanting to do Resident Evil or to actually kind of focus more on the game story of it instead of what they did with the movies.
Well, the game's more canon than movies. That was a side thing.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm kind of like curious on what they would do with her, even if she was to come back.
Yeah.
There was one more I couldn't find. If I eventually think about it, I'll kind of say it later down the road. But this week we had 4 animes that ended.
Yeah.
We'll kind of get on with them as we go with and kind of let you know. There will be no movies or video games this episode.
Video games?
There was, other than that one.
Yeah, man, as I was saying,
Well, I haven't had a chance to play it. Like, literally the only game news I have, because I'm a little behind on that one, was that I finally beat Gears of War Judgment. It's done. I can finally say I completed everything.
I play Tactics.
No. With the way you explained to me, no. Okay, we have one game, but no movies.
We would have done movie-wise. We could have done.
Furious 9?
Yeah, but because of scheduling.
Yeah, and I've been busy with my new job on training-wise. So
all I've heard so far from reviews is that it has definitely turned into a more comical, like in terms of and when I say comical, like laws of physics don't exist. This shouldn't be happening. That should not happen to that kind of person. It's like they're just fuck it. You know what? Let's just do all this shit without
and
any.
Just be done with it.
Yeah, basically.
The only thing movie-wise that I know is that Space Jam is coming out this month. Scarlet Witch is coming out this month. Or Black Widow. I don't know why I said Scarlet Witch.
Isn't My Hero next month?
The movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll look it up and we'll post about the movie. But this week towards the anime, me and Weekly was talking about it for a little bit out here. We agreed that Boruto was definitely the best episode this week.
Yeah.
And then the best ender was probably Full Dive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to agree to that.
But like we're gonna be talking about those. They're like what we normally talk about. There were so many good things that happened in every episode, especially the ones that ended. I kind of want to get the game out of the way first, just because it just launched. It's kind of new.
The anime side or the game?
The game.
Well,
game.
I mean, we'll have to get to it.
Unfortunately, okay. So the game that came out this week is Scarlet
Nexus.
It has an anime that's literally running right now as the game has been launched. Episode 1 and 2 is on YouTube. July 1st, Funimation will have it on their end. And then you also have the game, and from what Ghost was just telling me, it almost kind of runs into the anime, I guess.
Since the game came first, like that.
Technically, has came first, yes.
Yes, the game was the first idea, and then the anime was like more of a celebration, and
like that, just slapped on.
Yeah, basically. But from what me and we've been playing this, and we're around the same gameplay time. Yeah, the anime is following the game so far. It's just that the game has extra steps and extra side stories and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you want to give the game a try, give it a try. The best way we could explain it was that it's like your Devil May Cry style fighting.
Or people also since it now came out, people are comparing it to Code Vein, since creators also made that game, and Nier Automata. I don't know if you remember that
I
one.
remember seeing videos on that. I just never played it.
Those are and I can agree to the Nier Automata. I played a little bit of that. It's a little bit. This was like out of this one. Another comparison for my personal comparison is Astral Chain.
Yeah.
On the Switch. I don't know if you got to play that one a little bit.
I never did.
I don't know. I just felt like a very similar vibe with that game, definitely for sure.
Yeah. So if you like that kind of style game,
but this one, I definitely have been more invested on Scarlet Nexus than Astral Chain so far.
Yeah. When I play Scarlet Nexus, I somehow lose 2 hours in a matter of 10 minutes.
Yes.
I can't.
So if you like this kind of style, it's definitely check it out. I'm gonna get it downloaded hopefully tomorrow or sometime this week and start playing it.
It's kind of it's kind of a backlash of playing this game, because now that we know this kind of information, like you're playing the game more, you're kind of spoiling yourself by then watching the anime. Or if you wait for the anime, which I know we'll be playing the game first.
Yeah.
You watch the anime, you're kind of spoiling yourself with the game, so it's kind of like...
That's something I was telling him, because me and him were together when we were playing. I was like saying they shouldn't release this game in chapters, because now I know how episode 3 is, even though episode 2 is out.
Well, so I've seen episode 1, so... Well, before we get into the anime, I agree with them just from what I've seen so far and just the demo of what we got to play, because it's technically the first mission. I kind of agree with it, though, because you already know what happened the first episode before the first episode even came out.
Yeah.
But the anime definitely shows a little bit of a different side of it. It's not almost... It's not...
So far, the anime has done slightly things better, like... I remember when they did to the flag mission, that was a bit different than what the game did.
There's a lot more filler in the game, because like what Ghost said with the flag mission, they go from the flag straight to their next mission, but in the game they do the flag 2 or 3 missions in, and then you go straight to the next
main mission.
Main mission, yeah.
Yeah.
But the anime is also good. It looks good too.
Yeah, the anime definitely looks good. That's why I'm kind of interested in the Nighthead 2042, because it kind of had that same style.
That was that the one with the vampire?
No.
Because I also recommend that. Like, I don't know if we need to talk.
We can talk about that.
So before we get into the TV show, we could talk about the list if you have it.
Of what we're adding? Because I don't think we even talked about that, did we?
No, I thought maybe you were gonna talk about like what was coming out.
There's a long list. Like,
it is a long list.
So to make it easier for that part, honestly, just because of time reasons, also.
Yeah, we know.
Just check out our page. We do have it on there.
We also have the list of what we're covering here on the show.
Yeah, so we'll make a copy and paste of like even what we're gonna be talking about.
But some of the examples that's coming out that we're for sure covering is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2, Scarlet Nexus, which we just talked about. I'm Standing on a Million Lives Season 2. That's pretty much an example.
Yeah, and then like the one I just mentioned, the Nighthead 2042 looks pretty good, or 2041. That one looks really good. It looks similar to Nexus or Scarlet Nexus. Kind of has that same style, but it looks more of a more like a police detective kind of thing instead of I guess like fantasy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Monster fighting kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we'll have a list of what we're actually going to do because those three are actually confirmed since we've been watching them already.
Yeah.
Scarlet though we'll probably talk about not next week, but probably the week after when it actually comes on to Funimation and I can get caught up.
July 1st is Friday, so.
Yeah, so probably the week after.
We'll cover 3 episodes.
We'll cover 3 to 4 episodes, just depending. Because I'll be caught up by then. It's just they're on YouTube first, like we said. So.
And the second one caught us off guard.
Yeah. So
There's
TV shows.
Oh yeah, TV.
You want to do Star Wars or Loki first?
I want to get Loki out of the way. The worst episode, and no, I want to say it's not right now. It's not because he came out as bi. I don't give a fuck about that. Because if you know anything about mythology, Loki's a weird fuck.
He's always been weird, even when
Oh, by the way, before I forget, this episode's called Laminus.
Yeah. Even the movie with Thor versus Hulk.
Yeah.
Loki was pretty weird in that one too.
Yeah, I was bored throughout the whole episode.
It was like this whole episode. It's more action than anything. There's like a couple information.
What I found funny about it is, of course I talk about him all the time, is I was watching with my Marvel expert dude, and he was going in every 2 minutes, like trying to see how can they make this episode better, and they just did the complete opposite of every little thing. And he was ready to quit Marvel, honestly.
I don't blame him.
It was awful. No.
My favorite part of this episode was when he got blasted.
Mine was the ending. Where like I saw the credits, I was like, oh, thank God, it's over.
Oh. I was like, what happened at the ending?
Yeah.
Honestly, my only complaint is that this episode didn't really
pointless.
accomplish anything. The only thing that it accomplished is we getting more information of Sylvia. Silva or Sylvia? She named herself. The name she gave herself, Sylvia.
Oh, her?
Yeah.
Which we just confirmed she's female Loki.
Yeah,
well,
but
even
she gave
before
her,
this episode came out,
Sylvia.
Marvel confirmed it in an article. So it kind of ruined the whole episode.
It also doesn't help Funko released 2 special versions for one of them is a Walmart exclusive saying Lady Loki.
Yeah, that didn't help either.
But yeah, like the episode didn't really accomplish anything. Just getting more background on each other, and that's it. Like even all their efforts they tried to get out of that planet, just nothing. It did not matter.
My main question is why in the fuck are the police trying to still uphold the law even though the planet's being destroyed?
I don't fucking know. Man. It's the fucking
very
police.
Good question.
That's one complaint. Another complaint is like those rocks are just too conveniently not hitting them. Like even though they're walking in a straight line, it's multiple scenes. Like why?
That and really the only other thing I thought was funny was actually seeing Loki drunk.
Yeah.
That was
honestly,
funny.
I kind of always see him drunk 24/7.
Oh, true. It just to actually see him like fully drunk, it was just kind of funny.
What I was confused about was the choreography on that long shot that were in the streets trying to get to the arc. Like it was a nice long shot.
Those are so awkward fights.
I know, but it was like I like long shots, but like they had like the direction they went for, like, it's weird. Like, even though they went in this direction, so they head back. Now they're going that direction. Oh no, they head back. The fight was weird. They didn't really cover much of a distance. Like, it was choreography was kind of weird for me on that one.
It was just an awful episode for me. If I didn't have Bad Batch or Star Wars on Disney Plus, I would have canceled.
Yeah, this episode wasn't that great, but some of the stuff was interesting to see and actually get info on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can we talk about Bad Batch already?
Please, can we stop talking about Loki? This is awful. God.
Yeah. With Loki, or sorry, not Loki.
This episode of Bad Batch is called Bounty Lost.
Thank you. Such a good episode.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, one thing I want to confirm. Now that there's gonna be like a deep dive kind of conversation.
It's now Star Wars unless it's not deep dive.
Exactly. So now that we've confirmed who Omega is, a pure generic of Jango, does this mean that she's Boba's sister?
Technically, yes.
Technically.
Because they share the same pure generic DNA as Jango.
I think
to each other.
I think as they were explaining it, the reason they made her was to be able to keep his pure genetic code for the clones if anything was to ever happen.
But remember what Tech said, like, you know, when explaining Omega, and then Hunter asked, was there any other clone like her? And Tech was like, yeah, there was another one, Alpha, which is Boba. So when he said that, I'm like, does that mean they're like siblings in a way?
Technically, yes.
Technically. Because, like, the clones did go on about how they're all brothers, so.
Well, yeah, they're technically the same person. They're just, I guess, they consider themselves as brothers instead of.
Now this makes you excited. When Boba will meet her. At this point, like, at this point, it's not like if, it's when Boba will meet her.
I wouldn't doubt if it's like within the next 2 episodes.
Well, we still got half the season, so
yeah,
it'll be a while.
Got a long time for that.
Yeah, but that wasn't the only thing. We had Cat Bane and the other bounty.
Fennec Shane.
Yeah.
Them fight it out. Trying to think.
Hold on. White said something.
What do you say?
Loki's just rewinding.
Oh, shut the fuck up, White.
A falling building like it was nothing was a highlight in.
Sylvia is my future wife. You can take her. Take her. I don't care.
But
White, you still think this Loki episode's good? Power to you. But remember the thing I sent you of Loki, of them finding out Loki turned into a horse, got banged by a horse, and then gave birth to a horse, and then changed back to his human form, and he has a horse child now. That's who you're defending. The weird fucker.
Why?
Don't fuck with me in mythology shit.
I was gonna say we're talking about actual like mythology here.
I know, but
actual mythology.
I'm like, when the fuck did Marvel Loki do this?
But back to Star Wars. But we had Cat Bane's fight against the other bounty hunter.
It was nice to know who Fennec Shane's employer was.
Yeah, it was nice to actually finally find that out. And then
yes.
Damn, he lost all of his credits too.
Eh.
Well, it's like it was kind of going to happen either way, but it was just like, damn, that sucks.
Well, then at that point, he's just not going to stop until he gets Omega back and makes a new deal.
Well, right now he's trapped on that planet, so.
That's not going to take that long.
He's got the robot. Get to work.
Cad Bane has been the type of guy that's very resourceful and will get out of almost any situation if he really wants to.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the scene where he got roped with the rope, and then he was able to use his rocket boots just to get himself out of it.
Yeah.
Which I almost forgot he had that since like it's been so long. Like I started figuring out about it. I'm like, oh yeah, his rocket boots. Shit. It's just so damn.
Yeah, this whole episode was actually pretty good.
Yep.
But
that's it for the show for me.
What do you think those experiments in those tubes were?
It almost looks like smoke.
No, come on, we're not.
No, like honestly and truly, like if I go back to the scene right now, it looks like smoke.
Smoke or smoke?
Smoke.
Why would you think smoke? Are they doing Mortal fucking Kombat here?
He's saying smoke.
He said smoke.
Oh my god.
No, smoke, whatever. The Emperor that's in the last 3 movies.
That's not canon anymore. Thank God. But it could be him.
It just, the way it looked, especially when we finally got that close-up when it was falling, it just looked like him. If it's not him, then maybe they were trying to clone Jedi at one point, and they just never succeeded.
Oh, they've been doing that for a while now. Like, there's like dark history of Jedi experimentation before.
Jedi, Sith, all of them.
Yeah.
You filthy wizards.
I'm gonna see if I can find the scene again.
But
okay, well, while he's doing that,
yeah.
we already talked about the game. Any gaming news?
Halo's
really.
newest season came out. It was kind of they kind of screwed a lot of people like myself with the season that had to wait for a hotfix a day or two later. Yeah, nothing really important came out of gaming news this week.
And then straight to the animes.
That's pretty much what happens after E3. Everything gets kind of quiet.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Sony is having their next State of Play this coming month.
Yeah. Okay, so we're seeing the scene. The green scene. I mean, there's the head.
Yeah, that's all we really get to see, but it looked like him.
Yeah.
Because even in Mandalorian, they're almost kind of hinting him when we saw those tubes.
Well, you can't really fault the Mandalorian because at the time of that making out, Disney kind of forced them to be like, you gotta make this somehow canon with the movies, and I was like, okay. So they did, and then everybody revolted, and now they have to fix it somehow.
Yeah.
And they did, because of that theory you sent me.
That theory I sent you.
The theory you sent me. So they actually technically already did fix it.
Yeah, so I think it's fixed, but I think they got to work with trying to fix it with the new theory. Thank God. So if you don't know the theory, they're essentially doing the Dragon Ball GT side of it, where they, with Ezra pulling Ahsoka out through the timeline, and Ahsoka being the Mandalorian, it's branched off to its own thing.
Yeah, so basically they're saying if she was to ever stayed and actually died, then we would have got 7, 8, and 9. But because technically she's alive, we've really never reached that point in Star Wars.
And now with the introduction of Grogu with Luke, that just throws those sequel movies
completely out
of whack.
Which I'm kind of hoping they kind of go towards the comics where Luke meets up with a Sith. He got married to a Sith, had kids. Yeah.
I don't remember this.
It was like an old style comic.
And then
I forgot her name, but she was technically a Sith because she had a red lightsaber. She knew how to use lightning force and a couple other stuff.
But
I would have to find it and show you.
Yeah, no, that's a story for another time, because that'll be
we'll explain that to him afterwards. Let's just go ahead and get Megalobox out of the way, because it was kind of just a
let me give you the title. Boom. So, the second to last episode.
Second to last, yes.
Mac's all depressed. He knows everything.
So, Mac, knowing basically the entire deal of the company and what they're
trying to do.
Yeah, basically what his end goal was because of the boxing match. He knows everything. It's basically all laid out on the table. This episode was kind of just of him getting back on his feet practically, because he was...
And getting his family back.
Yeah, because he was at a depressing moment. He was basically down to nothing.
Yep.
We get to meet his old cop partner.
Yeah, his old partner, and got to see how he got injured.
Yeah. So we got to see how he got injured. We got to see the reason of it. We got to see what he did to the reason that he was considered as a hero.
Yeah.
Because all we knew he was a hero. They never really explained what he did or anything like that. We just knew he ran into a flame building.
I'm still confused about his son, because the wife was constantly saying the son has this terminal illness, and Mac and his son both got recovered, but I don't know anything about the son's injury or his illness.
Well, since the scar was over the heart area, I'm guessing he had to have like heart surgery or something.
Yeah.
That's what my guess is, because that would make sense at a younger age.
Yeah, which isn't uncommon.
No, unfortunately, it's not. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But we get to see all of that while Mac and his old partner, is talking. That street musician. I'm butchering the hell out of that.
The street performer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was playing a song that basically knocked every.
Some of these words I just never even heard. Sorry, some of these words it's just like because the way I explain some of these titles, how they're very like poetic or biblical. Like some of these words I just never heard before.
If you can't get this one, it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. I just don't know. But it was.
No, I got it. It's still weird for me. Even though the ovations fall, the voice of the dumb don't disappear.
Okay.
Okay.
As you see, it's like they have like some sort of meaning to them. It's just like some of those words I've really never recognized before.
Well, like so far from what we've noticed, with kind of a recap into this point towards the titles, like we've noticed even with every episode's had like some kind of meaning towards Nomad or the Hummingbird or something in that matter, because this whole season's been nothing but mentions of a hummingbird. Like it brings joy, peace, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's all in there. Like if you haven't watched the season yet, watch it. It's not as good as the first one.
I think I saw the dub already started, but I don't know.
Yeah, there were 5 episodes in. Because I was curious about it. There are 5 episodes in on the dub. Like me and Weekly said, the first part of the second season, it did start out a little slow. It wasn't as strong as the first season, but the second half definitely picked up, and I wouldn't say as good, but it's pretty close to the first season on its own.
This episode's exactly like the second to last episode on the first season, where like they're hyping up the last fight.
Yeah. Like as we were talking about, like Mac remembers everything. He remembers his family. He remembers his kid. Everything that happened with his kid. Everything that happened to him where he got to the point where he's at now.
Yeah.
And basically, he goes back up to the CEO of where the guy he's fighting for basically looked at him and told him that I'm doing the fight my way, no chip, no nothing, no assistance, and either you take it or you leave it if you want this match to start.
Which I don't think
or
it matters.
actually do.
Yeah. I don't think it matters. I don't think he can function without the chip. If I remember
I think
right.
he could function without the chip. It's just, I think, like we saw in the last fight, if he's about to black out or something, that's when the chip kicks in.
Yeah.
And then he completely becomes a berserk, where he doesn't remember anything, he does whatever he needs to do, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I kind of got out of that first fight.
Yeah.
And kind of like my whole thing about it. But besides all that happening, because he goes back to his wife and kid, said that he's home, his son's like, see mom, the Mockingbird brought him back. Because, like we said, this whole season's been about the Mockingbird.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's gears being made, Sanjio is actually helping.
Yeah.
Which I was still kind of figured he would still be kind of
He's still
against
pissed,
it.
but he's okay with it.
Well, he's okay with it, but I figured he would be more against it because they're like, oh yeah, we got to figure out the fabric because the gear's heavy and it was made for Chief.
Yeah.
As we see Joe, and Joe's like slim, he's not really that big. So they got to slim down the gear. They got to be able to make the gear work with Joe movement instead of it being so, what did they say, like heavy? Because there wasn't going to be like much movement with it at all.
Yeah, because Joe has different fighting style than Chief.
Well, besides that, it was like the armor was more defense.
Yeah.
In their way of saying it, Chief was more about defense than offense. So he, like, the suit was able to take the hits as Chief was able to dish out, well, like 1, 2, 3 good hits that he needed.
Yeah.
To win the fight.
Because Chief's style was just tiring them out and then take them out.
Yeah, so they're redoing it. Sanjo gave them new fabric that would kind of form to Joe's skin or body, kind of like to help him move and everything. So we're getting all that. Joe's training. Mac started training because that's how it ends. Mac is training. The CEO kind of creeps me out though.
He's a little weird. He's not as good as the last CEO, which we still see her, but she was definitely better. I cannot remember her name.
I will agree she was definitely better as a character overall.
Yeah.
But this guy, he's just, I don't know, I kind of feel like he's just there.
Yeah.
But the next episode will be the last episode to Megalobox Season 2, Nomad, if you prefer Nomad over Season 2. It's basically just going to be the biggest fight, like the last episode.
Which we'll probably still won't see. We know how it ended, but we never saw the fight between Gearless Joe and Yuri.
Yeah. Well, we did and we didn't.
We saw glimpses of it throughout Season 2.
Yeah, so like we know what happened, we know an idea, but the only thing we know for sure is that Joe won, which mattered. Team Nowhere became what it was to Season 2. Got the whole backlash of everything, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens next week or tomorrow, because it's technically a Sunday episode.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens tomorrow will just depend on if they will make a Season 3 or if this is going to be completely the series ending.
Yeah, we're not going to know right away.
No, because they haven't said anything. And they usually don't until the last episode comes out.
Yeah, if they don't, it's like a week or two later, but we'll find that out.
But this one was definitely a must-watch. It was good. The feelings were there. The backstory that was kind of needed, but not really as a full episode was there. So at this point, we're just waiting until the full fight, which I really can't wait for.
Yeah. Oh, God. Any particular you want to start on, or?
We can get 86 out of the way.
Yeah,
because that's easy. This episode's called Cowlets Blooming Across the Battlefield.
Yeah, so this one, honestly, it was just mostly a recap until the very end. Because we were just getting a recap of 85, then 86, everything that happened throughout the entire season.
Strangely, on the last episode.
Yeah, like, that was the weird part. Like, we gotta... Basically, if you don't want to watch this entire season, go to episode 12, watch it. The whole season will be explained, and then...
I know Dub just started. They're like 3 episodes in if you want to wait for that.
Yeah. But this one, really the only thing we have for this, in my opinion, I don't know if there was like any mentions of anything that you want to mention.
What?
On 86 before we were like, you get to the very end.
Oh, no.
So really the only thing for this episode and series, it's a season finale. There will be a second season, which will be the end of October, or not the end, but in October.
They said October. They didn't give a date.
Yeah, I think they said the end of this year in October of 2021. Season 2 will come out, and the only thing that we got out of this whole episode is that Undertaker got a whole new...
His new Legion body.
Yeah. Which I think he's going to be fighting against the Legion, the way it kind of felt.
Well, we'll have to see.
Well, like, if he did die in his...
No, I think what we and Wake came to the conclusion that is he's not part of the Legion, and now it's going to be with Major, she'll be with the New 86, and she will have to fight him.
Yeah. I do feel like because, like, he technically died once, he's going to get full conscious of his mind, unlike his brother, but that's not till October for us to judge that.
Yeah, so in October this will come back, and we'll be more than happy to watch season 2 because this one was actually really good.
It's emotional as fuck, but
yeah, it's definitely an emotional ride all the way across, but it was definitely worth it. Let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
Kind of want to get slime out of the way.
All right.
Because this one was just cutesy and emotion.
Pretty much. This episode of I want to say the full title since it's over and we kind of been doing that. I've been killing slime for 300 years and maxed out my level. This episode's called We Open a Coffee Shop.
And was it a coffee shop?
Yeah.
Please, that coffee shop. No, we're all forgetting we have been blessed by the gods for this coffee shop, for the one and true Dragon Maid. Oh Lord, you have blessed us. They are not worthy for your holiness.
Yeah. I say,
this is why Dragon Maids overall, in general, not just because of this shit, Dragon Maids in general have been so popular lately, and I think you've noticed them lately.
I can't fight you, even though I'm a person that prefers demon girls, but yeah.
Dude, even her.
Yeah.
I'm
not saying the lolly demon. No, not the Demon King. No.
No, not
Beelzebub.
her. Yeah, no, she was like...
Beelzebub. Mwah. the Demon King lolly, no. Go.
That was kind of creepy.
That was very strange. I will say the Falafa and Salasha, their outfits were cute.
Yeah, they were cute since they were like kids. Like it's kind of like that kind of thing. But
yeah.
The elf was just funny.
I'm not surprised that her top didn't fit and she had to make it work. I was like, oh, that's how you advertise.
And then the ghost girl, she was like, man, I wish I could try on the outfit. And
like, did
the
you
witch was like,
your whole fucking episode?
Like, hey, I can just give you whatever outfit you want.
You literally have a save file.
Yeah, I don't know why she was complaining that she was the only one that she said. I'm like, woman, we already been through this before.
You had your episode. Be quiet.
The witch will just literally change it for you. My God.
She'll just sacrifice a chicken to get you a dress. Oh, wait, that's a different summon.
But what was kind of weird about this when they opened the coffee shop, the entire town.
And more.
Plus was all there way before she even got out of bed to open the shop.
And they opened early.
Yep.
And while they were doing this whole coffee shop shenanigans, all returning characters that we've seen all started coming back. Some became cooks, some helped serve, and things like that. It was getting out of hand.
The fan fiction for the Dragon Maid.
Oh, Jesus.
It was funny even to see the kids, because it's just like, it's so true.
It's sad, it's true, but you can't fight it, especially in our weebish world.
Yeah.
Dragon Maids.
Yeah.
But, like, this episode was definitely also another must-watch, because it was, honestly, it was just funny.
Yeah.
I found it more funny than anything.
Yeah. I don't got anything else other than I would recommend this anime.
I would definitely recommend this one, too. Season 2 has yet to be announced.
Yeah,
if there will even be a season 2.
So all I've found on that is the artist. He worked on this issue and another manga that's close to this, but it's not
exactly this.
It's not exactly this. It's not confirmed that if there's a season 2 or if he wants his other issue to be in anime, but he says it's a possibility. But
okay, it's not terrible.
Yeah, If you don't watch it in sub, dub, Portuguese, and all the other versions are out. I think there are 5 episodes in. If you want to wait on them.
I think so.
Yeah. I know I saw that the other day. But yeah.
Really, we could go to any other one.
That's ending. Odd Taxi? No, that's not ending. Never mind.
There's still one more episode on that one.
Yeah. Full Dive.
Yeah, we can do Full Dive.
Damn it. Full Dive, the ultimate next gen Full Dive RPG is even shittier than real life. This episode's called Reality X VR.
This one was actually pretty good.
This is probably what a good way to end the season, and then to start already giving you how to
prepare you for next season
and how it's gonna start.
I say this is. I know there's more anime of the seasonal, but I say even though with how good 86 is, I would say this is the how you end a seasonal anime.
Yeah, because like this one and to kind of go back towards winter, Jujutsu Kaisen, because the way they even ended that was really good, especially the way it ended after the whole fight.
Yeah.
You guys are doing it right. Right now.
Don't
fuck up.
We'll be there with the belt.
So this is the fight between Hero and Tesla.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, he kills Alice.
Yeah.
Which was like really surprising.
Yes, but it was a necessary one, unfortunately.
Because Martin told her to forgive Hero.
Yep.
And then this is what triggered the, I guess, emotional state of the trick that he learned from the guy.
Shit, what's his name?
Kamui? Yeah, Kamui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trick to this full dive in general is like, it's basically is emotion. Like when your soul is very I guess like I don't want to say like emotional because
he said something about conviction. I immediately got flashbacks of back era.
You know, yeah, your will to like not give up, your will to like to persevere, like your will to like, you know, that you want this, like you really want this to happen.
Yeah.
The human soul, basically. Yeah, we're adding in the human soul factor, and it just like boosts you up incredibly in the game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was still, and it didn't help the way he was fighting. All I kept saying was Kirito.
Yeah, and, you're not the only one because I was noticing that myself.
You're just expecting the yellow eyes to come out.
I really did. It didn't help the way he was fighting. The way he still looks fucking pretty similar to him.
Yeah, 'cause we did compare him and Kirito picture-wise, and there was like that one scene where he had the Kirito anger look.
Yeah, it was almost practically spitting images.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Like besides all that, like so we get to see him fight Tesla. He was actually holding his own, which was actually really surprising.
And then that bitch of the Queen Governor. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fucking trips, and so he basically after all
she
that
kicked his knees. That's all she did. She barely touched the knees, and he goes, whoop.
And he dies, which his game and console break. So all of that was like for nothing.
Well, technically not his game.
Just the console.
Well, it was still broken.
Well, yeah.
In terms of his words, it was still broken.
It was still broken. It caught fire that actually burned his
console.
Well, his console and his little stand, like you can see the ring where the console was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's actually still true is still crazy. You die, your freaking console just breaks.
Yeah.
But at least the girl from the game store was willing to help him get it fixed.
If he paid a rent fee on it, that's what he's doing. He's paying a monthly fee to get his console.
And then we found out that from the walkthroughs he's been watching from Kamui, there's a trick that you can restart from their last save points.
1 hour.
Even though it was deemed like not possible, we have found out this trick, and what you have to do is, with your new console, put in your old game, And then like you say this weird ass phrase that I'm not fucking gonna remember it.
I'm not going. It was too long. And
it was a very weird, kind of funny phrase. And then as soon as you do that, you just slap in the new game, and then it will take you back an hour from your save.
Yeah.
And you can redo your starting point. And so that will be the beginning of season 2, literally from right there.
Mhm.
Did they give out a release date?
No. I looked it up. They said they're pitching the idea. They have to write the script. They have to draw up the anime. They have no idea when they're going to announce it. But with the ending, how the ending was, season 2 is confirmed. It's just they have to figure out when they're going to release it. We don't know when, but if they haven't scheduled a time for when it's going to be released, my guess is 2023 because everything's getting in the way.
A lot of new stuff, and then stuff that already has like season 2 and 3 and so on.
Yeah.
Are coming out, so it's probably going to get pushed back. So.
Yeah.
Commandants will be dispatched.
Shit, that's ending. I forgot about that.
Because that one ended today also.
Yeah. This episode's called Strong Partner and Smart Partner.
Yeah.
I feel like if I talk about this, Chris Hansen's going to come in because this episode got a little weird.
Besides getting weird, so basically the beginning of this is right where we left off on the last episode, trying to get the mech, and
they were trying to steal the mech, it didn't work, and now they're pinned inside the ruin trying to come up with an escape plan.
Yeah.
And so what they end up having to do is that while 6 is stalling the mech with the Chimera driving it, while he's stalling it, Alicia is gonna use her evil points to make to like build a contraption of somewhat that we didn't know so far, but 6 has to stall. And so he fought really hard, and then he did some sort of damage.
Not a lot, but he did.
Like he was able to do like a pretty good for his condition. He was able to do pretty good. And so when it came down to the very last minute, he was about to be crushed. Alicia was able to build apparently the company Kurosagi's ultimate creation, the Destroyer.
Yep.
I like it, the Destroyer.
It's just a giant spider.
I hate that we didn't even get to see the fight. It's just like all in your imagination.
Yeah, 6 passed out, then we apparently passed out for no reason.
But they won. Alicia won.
Shocking.
Of course.
Like, come on, an android that basically has all the knowledge and is a better pilot. Come on, that's like not even a contest.
Yeah.
Basically, we wake in a room with 6 and her talking, and
now she
going
likes
over the
him.
fight. Yeah. Now she likes him, which isn't really shocking anymore.
Fuck no. She's just now a collection to the horror.
Exactly.
Yeah.
After
this point, it's going to just get really weird.
And so
all we're going to really get to this point is...
So a little recap of the season. So from what they were talking about, conversation, they completed their mission. They're about to sign a peace... The prince is about to sign a peace treaty with the other country.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Yes.
They were talking about of if they can conquer more worlds.
I mean, that's the whole point of the agents.
Yeah, I know, but like that was towards the end. Like they were discussing about it. But before 6 and Alicia put in their report to their commanders, they
test the ultimate theory: can Grimm wear socks?
Yes. Basically, it just came down to with Grimm Grimm was complaining at that she's always like passing out and never having the spotlight, even though she's always doing this to herself. I don't know where her
She's
mood.
basically the Kenny of the group.
You killed Kenny.
You bastard.
And so we came down to the conclusions that 6 wonders, like, is it really because you can't walk? Is it because of the curse you put on yourself? or like was it a bluff? So Alicia got all excited because she actually wanted to prove this theory. So yes, they got socks, they put it on her, and she just blew up.
Yeah. And nothing else happened in this episode. Nothing with the tiger. No. I ain't talking about that.
Let's just say let's just say they solved the country's water problem.
Yeah. We're leaving it at that.
Oh shit.
Let me go grab the puppy. Hey.
Ow,
Yeah.
that hurt.
Stop.
So, for this anime, there's no confirmed season 2 yet. That's pretty much it. I've looked it up. There's nothing else to be added for it that I can find.
Well, at least for right now, because it will be an eventuate thing, just not a right now thing.
Yeah. So nothing's confirmed or denied yet. It's just a waiting game.
Everything's a waiting game.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I guess we go to Odd Taxi next.
Yeah, this episode's called Not Enough.
Not enough.
Yeah. Apparently, since we're not done with this, and I thought we were going to get 12 episodes.
No, and it seems.
I did not hurt you.
But yes, we thought it was going to end with 12, but no, this was going to be 13, maybe 14.
I don't know. The way it's looking, it's just going to be one more episode.
This is the only anime I can't find how many episodes in the season there are.
So this is the episode where they finally commenced the bank heist.
Yes.
They did it.
And it went exactly as planned, but there was a miscalculation basically towards the end of the heist. And that was with Mask Boy. Did we ever get his fucking name?
We did, but I don't remember it.
It was just said it was only said in his episode, and I already fucking bar. So yeah, Mask Boy with the gun.
I call him Dodo Dude, but
Dodo.
But now he calls himself Ditch 11 since.
No, that was Doble's account.
Oh yeah.
Because he was the one that scammed him, and then he was the one under.
Yeah, that's right, with the eraser.
Yes. So yeah, Mask Boy, he was able to find Odokawa and Dobu because Dodo Boy, he was still hunting down Odokawa for what he has done for him. But at this point, he's done so much crazy that he's completely even forgotten what he's doing anymore. So now all he wants is an apology from Odokawa.
You're not getting it.
But he did.
Oh, he did.
He
but
did,
it's
but
just
then
like,
he went off the rails when he saw the eraser.
Yeah, as soon as Odokawa started apologizing, the eraser that Double gave him got out of his front pocket, and he immediately recognized it because it was the same eraser from, if you remember from his backstory episode of Dodo Boy. It was the same eraser that he's trying to auction with his dad's money, credit card.
Yep.
And even though he won that auction, he still got scammed. So that's why he's still he's been in the shittiest life he's ever been. And so it just went from 10. It went from 8 it went from 10 to 11 real quick, 180. And this was this is still the assumption, which I kept talking about this over and over. This Dobu with his gun, he still thought that he has already used all 6 bullets on it, and I'm just like, no, you cannot think like that. I know the Japanese rules with guns and ammo is very, very strict, but even though this is still fictional, even though I would not be hesitating. Oh, he has no bullets, so he can't scare me with that. I'm like, no. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. This is the type of guy that was desperate enough to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. And I knew that he had more bullets on that fucking gun. And yes, he fucking did. So he shoots Dobu for this whole fucking scenario.
I mean, I can't really say much about his cautiousness with the guns. He did make a lot of sense. Most revolvers have between 8 and 6 bullets, and he fired 6 bullets. So, but that's just me. I'm trained.
But I knew I saw that coming. I knew I saw that fucking shot coming. I didn't think he would actually get Dobu. Like, that caught me by surprise, but still. And then Otokawa even though Otokawa was kind of already going to do this in the first place, it just didn't exactly plan out the way he planned it to be.
Yeah.
He just fucking left him there to die.
Yeah.
And so, but it ended with him Otokawa already getting chased by Yano and his crew. Because they beat up. Well, actually, we didn't get to talk about it.
Talk about that.
During the heist, Yano and his crew got pulled over by Big Damon, one of the 2 twin brother policemen. Big Damon. Big Damon pulled them over because Big Damon was also part of the heist scheme, but Yano was able to beat him up and get the patrol car and started chasing Otokawa.
Yeah.
Whew.
And that's how the episode ends, and then we got possibly 1 more, maybe 2 more.
I hope it's just 1 more.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know, but this one is really interesting so far. Definitely not your average anime, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely has been a very different perspective.
Yeah. So, My Hero?
Let's get Digimon out of the way, because this one was just kind of there,
Alright.
to be honest.
This episode of Digimon was called The Gecko Hot Spring Revolt.
Why is it that anything that's Joe related always so stupid?
Dude, like, it was stupid and it was creepy, and honestly and truly, they fucked Joe in this episode.
What, you were expecting him to go Mega?
Yes.
Nah, man, they can't be doing that for every fucking episode right now.
That's the way it was looking.
It may have been looking like that, but no, they gotta reel it
in.
They gotta reel it
they gotta
in.
Do main filler, fuck you, filler. This time they just did main filler.
You know how this is, man. They gotta stretch this out, man. They got a whole another arc they gotta go through.
It's an arc.
I get it's an arc.
They gotta go through all the shit, man. It's not gonna be
Well,
bang bang for everybody.
With the way the episode ended, well, okay, so before we even get to the end of the episode,
yes,
get into that whole thing. Joe goes back to the hot springs, and it's basically iced over.
With Hikari and Hikari and fuck.
And fuck?
No, Hikari.
Is it Fuckmon?
Do you not know the little brother?
I was seeing if you would actually come up with it.
Yeah, you're the one who gives Lino shit about Digimon news names.
Oh my god, you're not doing this. You cannot be doing this now.
Hold on.
I feel like you can. This is revenge for Tailmon.
Revenge. God. I can't remember his Patamon, his Digimon. But the little brother of fucking Matt. Fuck's sake. So yeah, they're over here at the hot springs, and yeah, they get to find out that hot springs are just gone. It's been like with the winter.
The North Pole.
Yeah, this is just winter, and it's just all been freezed over. But they basically got tricked and lured into like a supposedly hot springs that they can use, but that's not the case. They really just get lured into for this Lord Shogun kind of Digimon. I'm not even gonna say his fucking name because his name was.
It was weird.
But yeah, basically for concept, like this Digimon it was like a frog. His power comes from being on hot springs. That's his source of power, which is stupid, but whatever.
Takeru?
Takeru? Yeah, Takeru.
Yeah, Takeru.
So yeah, Hikari and Takeru, the little siblings. But the context of the Digimon was he's based off of a ancient Lord Shogun of Japanese. That's based off his power sources being on hot springs, which is fucking stupid to be honest, but whatever. And he's been looking for a bride, and oh boy, does he pick a bride.
Which is really bad because he's actually a guy.
Do you really think he is? Do you really think he cares at this fucking point?
It's
I
2021.
don't think
You can't.
he cares, but it was one of those weird moments where you're just kind of like,
Lionel, it's 2021. You can't do that anymore.
Fuck 2021.
This is called Digimon Adventure 2020 edition. Oh, jeez.
So yes, Joe's Digimon gets picked as the bride, which is creepy as hell, and then basically they have to fix the old springs to save him. And so yeah, we just get into this long, wacky, convoluted battle with the Shogun and Joe, and honestly, we can just move on.
They
Yeah,
won.
like, they
they made
basically
new
got a
friends.
fight.
Blah 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 blah.
And which comes back to the ending when Joe's Digivice circled and highlighted or blue again. I think he has the Mega Evolution. He has it unlocked, but they just didn't go into it this episode like they did the last one with
Next time.
Sora's Digimon,
Phoenixmon.
which is technically Phoenixmon, yes.
Yeah. Oh god.
Now we keep going to My Hero.
Yeah. This episode's called Off to Endeavor's Agency.
And oh, did they.
Start off strong with Mama Izuku. She's just too damn pure.
That poor
Dude, I laughed so hard, to be honest.
at her tears.
Yes.
You monster.
Well, like, she was crying over something that was sweet, so it was kind of...
Of course,
funny.
she's pure. Protect Mama Izuku.
That poor woman.
That kid's gonna give her a heart attack one day.
Oh, I think he already did.
Yeah.
With all the time he got injured and freaking passed out. I mean,
I'm sure
yeah.
actually watching him during the sports festival and her collapsing all the time was like, yeah, the fuck.
I think he already gave her freaking like mini panic attacks. We're way past that point. But yes, this is basically the beginning of the work study with Endeavor with Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki. And a bit more
Or
side
Shoto
story.
if you're annoying.
Yes, and a bit of a side story with how Hawks is doing being undercover for the League of Villains.
Which pulled out a very interesting new group for the League of Villains.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of surprised with the hero that helped Todoroki and Bakugo was part of that group. I don't remember his name. I think it was written down, but I don't think it was said.
Yeah, that caught me by surprise too. Like he was just there.
Yeah.
I guess also on the cover. But my question is, what the fuck did Hawks do to Best Jeanist? Like what the fuck?
That's right. He got his feather and he looked like it was about to hit him in the back of the head.
And then what the hell was in that bag of his?
Yeah.
I don't want to think of the bad scenario, but
The sadistic side of me says his head, but I feel like I'm not going to say it's too dark for My Hero, but I'm going to say it's like a trophy.
Too dark for My Hero. Have we forgotten
Stain?
about Stain?
Yeah, but like Stain, I'm not going to say it was censored, but it was censored-ish, kind of. But like I'm not going to say it's like his head, but I'm going to say it's like a trophy, like a part of like Best Genius is like, what would you call that? Like his turtleneck or his mask?
His no, not a turtleneck. It's like overall kind of mask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say it would be that, but I don't know.
And so while they're in the work study with the group and Endeavor, they already took out a villain, which I don't even know if he was considered a villain, with the power of glass.
Yeah,
So,
very certain power.
it was interesting, but like it didn't really last long, so that we didn't really not to give a shit that much about. So
I think they just called him a street prophet, honestly.
yeah. So we dispatch of him quickly, and then we meet up with his agency. Oh my god, his agency is huge.
Of course, he's a #1 hero.
So it makes you think, what the hell was it before?
Or just a couple of people.
Yeah. Trying to think. Hawks gave Endeavor a book
Contain a secret code message.
that they said is just. I like the highlighted parts, and he figures out the code like that.
Yeah, Endeavor's not that stupid.
He is the number one hero, so it's just like it is kind of expected of him.
Well, but Hawks was worried because I was also worried because Endeavor's not really the type of person that would understand this kind of shit right off the bat.
He doesn't get that kind of style where he'll understand that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To start off with.
But he was able to get it. So apparently the message was that the Liberation Front
in 4 months is going to do something.
And I think it was over 100,000 of their members. God damn.
Yeah, it's gonna be a full-out assault against the League of Villains.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing, is the movie's supposed to be about.
Yeah, because the movie's close, isn't it? Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo. From what we know, they've been accused of murder.
Yeah. And I guess they're going undercover and trying clear out their name.
I do hope the movie outfits go over to the anime. I do like their outfits.
I feel like if they do, it'll probably be a stealth mission.
Yeah.
But nothing more than that.
We'll see. I don't think there was anything else, was there?
No, because basically by the end, it was just the full-out information, and Hawk was just kind of flying back.
Yeah.
Because he was saying it as
Endeavor
was reading it in and piecing it together.
Yeah.
So we were just basically getting confirmation that it is what it is.
Yeah. Last up, Boruto.
Last one's Boruto.
This episode's called "He's Bad News."
Oh man, is he bad news? All
right.
A lot of things in this episode.
I'd say this is the anime of the week, to tell you the truth.
I mean, a good fight is a good fight. Yes. Yeah. So Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen.
Yes.
And boy, was it a fight.
Yep.
I kind of wish it was a little longer, but I mean, I know we gotta get things fucking moving.
And I'm sure the fight with Boruto and Kawaki's gonna be longer.
Boruto, yeah, definitely. That's probably gonna be the fucking climax of the fucking arc.
Which I'm not saying we're getting close to what we should be, right?
I don't know. I mean, unless you've been keeping up with the manga, you probably already know what's going to happen if it is getting close. But I don't know. It looks like it for sure. All the pieces are coming together.
Yeah. But yeah.
What?
No, I was going to start talking about the fight.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Well, they started the fight strong. Just it's going into there once they kicked in that music, and they just did no bullshit. It was like no talking, fight now.
This whole episode was just nothing but action all the way through.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of information in between fights, but it was just straight action from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Very important information. Apparently,
he can shrink.
Yeah, besides his power, yes, he's able to shrink himself. He's basically able to manipulate matter and atoms, and that's why he's with one of his powers with the black rods always just appearing out of nowhere. That's just him manipulating matter out of thin air because he's the only one that can see that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he can shrink himself. He can shrink himself into the molecular atom also, and reappear anytime he pleases. He can also absorb jutsu, which every goddamn person seems to be able to do nowadays.
At least all of them.
All of the car people, yeah, they all just seem to have an ability to absorb jutsu.
Yeah.
Which is a little annoying, to be honest, but whatever. I'll get past that. And so, but we also learned that Jigen is not actually Jigen. Well, it is Jigen, but is a vessel to who it actually is controlling him.
Yeah.
I think his name was Ichiki Osotsuki, which I know the Osotsuki, that's the clan name, but his first name was fucking Ichichiki, something like fucking that.
Some weird shit.
But basically, during this fight, is that since he is a vessel to Jigen, it starts cracking. So he cannot really prolong this body for that long. That's why he needs Kawaki so badly because he is the new vessel for him.
Yeah.
But short story. Wow, I can never fucking say that right.
Long story short.
Long story short, I always fuck up that phrase for whatever reason. Long story short, Naruto and Sasuke can't really beat him. Like Jigen is just way too fucking strong. And so, but what ended up happening is that Jigen has no time to kill Naruto and Kurama. He is gonna take way too long, and his body can't take it. So he's just gonna seal him in his black coffin of his, which is it was look pretty cool the way he sealed him. But he was definitely determined to kill Sasuke. Like he had to die because even he acknowledges how dangerous Sasuke is.
Yeah.
But he failed because Naruto was able to cover him and Sasuke was able to escape. Blah blah blah. This is not the end. We will see neither of them.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Then we had the emotional scene. The arm came off.
Yes, the indication that Naruto's dead. He's dead.
Papa died. Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
And Koji, the one who's been just sitting back, was able to gain all this valuable information.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens with that whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Because we don't really know anything more than that.
But we get it, or?
Yeah, like with Scarlet on the first episode,
I guess we could talk about it a little bit.
Well, we could talk about the first episode since we've all seen it. Just kind of give you all an insight of what it is besides just the game.
Give you an idea of what is the world like, what are the characters like. So basically, Scarlet Nexus is basically a world of. It's kind of like how the developer described it. It's like a cyberpunk brain style of world.
Yeah.
Like the brain is like the most important part. Like the whole part of this whole reason of the world is because of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So
the vase-looking enemies.
The other. Alien type of enemies, which are the other, have been.
They treat it like 86. They want human brains.
Yes, basically they've ever since like the beginning of time they've been invading Earth. They want to eat human brains because that's all they're accepted. So there was a creation of the OSF with the Scarlet Guardians. Basically, these are a group of elite people with psionic abilities, psychic abilities. You have things like psychokinesis, pyrokinesis, electrokinesis, the works, and then just other superhuman abilities that they use to defeat the other.
Which isn't granted everybody.
No.
No, it's just a very few selected people.
If you have it at a young age, you're immediately scouted, which by the time you're 16, you become a soldier, or you can volunteer if it's not powerful enough, which you have to be an adult for, which you would be in your 20s, early 20s, I don't remember the age. So yeah,
the OSF they fight the other to protect the civilization, and they're just basically like your typical elite force that they defend Earth
with their quirkiness of squads and all that.
So with this first episode, we get introduced to Yuito, who his power is psychokinesis, for the most standard of the abilities.
Basically the Jedi.
Yes. It doesn't help that he also has a katana for his weapon.
That's why I said Jedi. He's got a magical sword that he can give to him with the Force. That you can name any Jedi has done that, and he can practically bend the Force to his will.
Basically.
Yes. And so him and his friend Nagi, they just began training, and they have reached a point where they're finally Scarlet Guardians of their own.
We see. God, I'm going to butcher his name. What was the main character's name again? Yuito. Yeah. We see his reasoning that he sees another member who saved his life, who's an OSF soldier, and he wants to be like that soldier. But then he finds this soldier.
Again, yes.
But as his age, which
so it goes into a turmoil. It's like even though at a young age, this soldier who saved them looks exactly like her, but she doesn't seem to know him or remember him, and he's just Kasane.
He's just some thought that's trying to take away her sister.
Yes, because Kasane doesn't remember him, and he has no idea what he's talking about. But so we're just trying to get into this mystery of like what is happening, like who is this girl, if it is the same girl.
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about, honestly.
There is.
Well, we gotta keep it simple.
I don't want to say too much because it's like what we said. We know more because of the game, and the second episode's already out. Probably by the time of next week, we're going to know a lot more than what we should with the anime wise.
Yeah, like as soon as it hits Funimation, it should be the first 2 episodes with the third one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's at least what I'm hoping.
Yeah. I'm just honestly trying to figure out what to say about the first episode without spoiling much, honestly.
Not really much you can go by that point.
I don't think we have a choice.
All I can say for sure about the first episode, I'm not going to say it explains the world well, but it does explain it to a point and explain some characters.
Yeah. It establishes enough.
Yeah. It doesn't give you the full story of from monkey era to today.
Yeah. So we're basically starting from scratch with this.
Yeah.
For the most part. So we'll basically keep talking about it as it
honestly,
goes.
this is going to be a weird anime to talk about because
we got to balance between the anime and the game, and
this is going to be really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's really about it for this week.
I would say in an hour or a couple hours we'll have the new list up on the page.
We already did.
Well, we already have it, like I said.
Oh yeah.
We already have the list. Look at it. See what you guys want to watch. Leave comments. Let us know what you want to see. But we already kind of got like a general idea of a list of that we're going to do. We'll probably mention it on the next one since
most of them won't start till next month.
Yeah, since it will be starting next week, we'll probably have a list of all the animes because a lot of them start either on the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd.
We'll give you on the page an official list of what we're covering. And if you want to add more, go ahead, comment to us. We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll try.
We'll try. We're trying to stick to a certain number.
Yeah. So, as always, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel.
Oh, and join the official Discord.
Yes, which
Weekly
is taken care of.
I will manage and handle it. It's open to everyone. The guidelines are there. Rules are there. Any of y'all want to be savory fucks? I fixed y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, subscribe to our 2 channels, or 3 channels now. Live every, I'll put up a note saying when we're changing it because here soon I'll actually be starting my new job, which is going to be Saturdays and Sundays. So we'll let you all know when
We'll give you an update on the new show time. So we can't say officially every Saturdays.
Not anymore. So it might be Friday or Thursday, just depending what works best for all of us.
Just stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and so.
Because it's like what we always say, we're professionals.
Yeah, we're professionals. But as always, I'm Lion-O.
I'm Wiggly's Death.
I'm Ghostblade.
And as always, stay nerdy.